Well, hello guys, and welcome to another tutorial on Node.js consuming Daraja API. My name is Ben. We've been late producing this other class, but uh, sometimes things happen the way they should be. It was towards the end of the year, and we had projects and travel and everything that really took most of our time, and we are back now. We are back. Yes, we are back so that we can now proceed. And without wasting much of your time again, let's get started with this. If you're new to this channel, kindly consider subscribing. Great things are ahead. I think this time I've prepared more tutorials than any other time, so I'll just be releasing them. For Python, we also had a challenge. Someone from the comments also requested that we do one with Firebase functions. The tutorial is already done, complete, kaput, from one to the last one. So uh, just hang around so you can release it on time. Everything is already done and just remaining to publish here on YouTube. But before I do that, I wanted us first of all to finish on Node.js. So if you can remember very well, the last time we were able to obtain the access token. We were able also to register the URLs. We were also able to get the confirmation validation, and we'll just do them right now so that we can confirm that whatever we are saying here is true. So let me just first of all stop the server, clear everything, then start again the server. I'm going to test the server, so I'll just visit my localhost and I'll visit here. So my server is up and running. So the first thing we did was to obtain the access token. So let me test the access token, and we are okay. We are able to get the access token. The other one that we did was we registered the URLs. So let me register the URLs. Good, and we have successfully registered the URLs. On simulation, we were able to do it. Yeah, we were able to do the simulation. So you can see we did everything. We have passed the number and also this one. I'm not sure about this, but let's just test because it's last long since I checked. So let's just simulate and see. So just copy this. Good, and we have our validation. It's back. Waiting for confirmation. And there you go. We have our confirmation is here. Balance query. We go with balance. Yeah, let me do balance. Yeah. Now balance again works the same as that. So we'll call it, and then we'll also have two paths for it. We'll have a path for the result URL, and also there I think there's what to call a balance time. I mean the timeout URL. So we'll start app.get. We want to send a get request to our endpoint, and our endpoint will just be checking for balance. We'll pass our access. This will also be able to give us our access token. It's a middleware. Then we'll have our requests and our response. This coupled with that only give us the correct thing. We'll also introduce our Safaricom endpoint. So we'll call this endpoint. I like calling it just a URL, but it's okay. So the Safaricom endpoint will come here. We'll also have our access token or our authentication string, which will be bearer space. Then we're supposed to concatenate that with our access token. So request.access token. If you don't know where I'm getting this one, please check our previous tutorials. The link is in the description. Then we're supposed to send our request to Safaricom. So the requests, we already have the request module downloaded already and installed. So what starts here is the URL, and the URL is the endpoint for Safaricom. Will also followed by the method, and this is that. For those of you who have worked with Ajax, request almost works similar to that, just some very few tweaks. Then we'll also need to have the headers, and the headers is an object, and the object that we need will have authorization. Authorization, and the authorization is going to be the auth, what we have here. Yeah. Then from there we are done. We're supposed now to pass the body, and the body is sent in form of JSON. Let me pull this back up here so you can go to see. The authorization is in, the request is in that format. So we'll head again back to Daraja, look at the balance request how it's supposed to be. Then we'll come and fill all the details that are required, and then we try and see whether it's working. So I'll go to my Daraja. What we're looking at is balance, account balance API. I don't know why this seems broken, but that's how we're going to work with it. Always been like this, yeah. So we'll just copy that body, come and paste it here. Okay, so we need the security credential, and I'll show you how to generate one. The request that we'll send is account balance. What we need here is the shortcode, identifier type is type 4, don't change that one, remarks you can put anything, and then the URLs, these ones. So we'll just change this part, and we are working with HTTP, so also don't forget this one because this one can also give you a lot of headache. So here I'll just put my public IP address 248.86.122.801, and then I'll just copy this one, paste it here. I'm on Safaricom Business Fiber, which also gives me the advantage of having at least one public IP address, which is what I'm using here. But this is just for development purposes. I don't use it for any other serious work. So we'll just need to create these two, but not now. Yeah. So let us first of all populate these on. So we'll go to our tests account, test credentials here, and this is our security credential, which we need to encrypt. Remember here, yeah, this part you need to encrypt it using this one, and it's for tests purposes. So generate the security credential, which is this long string. Copy it and bring it here. Save that one. Our shortcode 1, which is that one, it's going to be here, which is the shortcode. Then the remarks and everything remains the same. I think that's all we need for now. Maybe here we can change, or we can just leave it like that. Whatever you want to put, just to identify what you are doing, you can do it there. Then we'll need to create these two URLs, yeah. So we'll come here, and these are all post requests. So app.posts, and the URL is that. And we have what we call the request and the response. And just do the rest. And then here we just need to just console.log. We can do more. We'll do a lot more when we come to saving these responses to MongoDB. I'll also have a premium version of this code which is able to save on MySQL and other kinds of databases. But for now, we'll just do console. We'll log all the responses, and then on our future videos, we'll have now to save them on our MongoDB. So what we need here is request.body. That's where Safaricom. That's where the response that we are looking for is. Then we'll also need to create another URL, which is now the result. Yeah, just paste it here. Timeout is in case your request does not go through, and or there's an error in terms of it has delayed in execution. And then the result is where we have. Let me just change this to timeout. Taken too long to process. That is where we have the timeout. And then the response, correct. The response is when everything has worked as required. I don't think there's anything else that we are missing. All we have to do right now is open our terminal here that we have. We were console logging it. Let me open my Postman. You can also use the browser. It's not a must that you use Postman. What I've done right now is possible to work on your browser. So if you don't know anything about Postman, just ignore it and use your browser. Just visit this URL. So here we just need to have balance here. So we send for the balance. We have an error. All right, yes, definitely we have an error. We didn't provide this one. You guys can't tell me. All right, so let's go and take the URL for APIs, account balance, and we just want this URL. Just paste it there. Yeah, let's retry again. So we send the requests. I think we have an error here. Let's go back to account balance. Account balance, yeah. Yeah, we are missing something. You see, we had initiator here. We are missing that one, yeah. We're missing that one. I don't know how this one was able to just go like that. No, we're missing something. That's why the response is taking too long. Our initiator was API tests. If I can remember, was 342, something like that. Yeah, something like that, yeah. Something like that. So yes. Now it has worked, yeah. It has worked. So I don't know why. Alright. I'm forgetting all the time, man. I'm forgetting. I'm supposed also to have this after our request. So everything is processing, but I don't know what is wrong. Maybe I'm in a hurry. So after request, we are supposed to have this so that we can see the responses that we are getting from M-Pesa. Everything else has worked. But if I can look well, the response that we are getting here is hiding our response, because this way we have the result parameters. This way we have the thing that we want. So what I do is I'll just go to request parameters, and I think that's what we need. That's what we need. Okay, here is result first. Then we have dot result parameters. Correct. Access the result. Then the result parameters. Correct. So let's repeat this. Send it again. Now we'll have, yes, we have our responses, and then we also have our balance response, which is this one. It's a very complicated response. Looking at how things have been arranged here, it's a bit confusing, but all these will get you'll get to understand how they work when we will be saving them to database, because we'll be able to pass all these requests to whatever data that we need. So remember, don't forget to put this callback here after everything has run, so we can be able to get the response from Safaricom and be able to see the body, which is this one, and this one will be the one to tell us whether the response has been sent or not. If the response has been sent, then what we do next. And in this case, we have been able to get a response successfully. We have been able to pass the response successfully, and yeah, the response is back. Good, thank you. Now this and the complete part of this code is available on my GitHub. So all you just need to do is to go there, download, replace the values, and also watch out for our premium source code coming out for Node.js. Probably we'll do it as a package. Still thinking about it, but when it's out, I'll be the first one here on my channel to give you. That will be probably not long from the release of the complete tutorials. Yeah, so I think that's all. If you have any question, comment, or a point you'd like us to improve on, please comment on the description, on the comment section below. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, and I will be so happy to hear from you guys. It's been long, and I agree, and this time we are changing the game. So yeah, let's meet on the next tutorial as we look to the next step, which is everybody's favorite, SDK. So let's see you then, and God bless you. Subscribe, and let's meet. Thank you.